Hey. How's it going? Let me get my other earbud. Ambient noises is a bit much.
Your horse is at the outer stables. A servant told me about a damaged fence near the gate. You can slip out that way. I'll distract the men outside. But I don't want to be here.
Thank you, Kenji.
Welcome to ViperTV. How's everybody doing out there in Radio Land? Go ahead and take that epic samurai music off. As epic as it is.
I got scared that was my TikTok I left open. I started panicking like, oh no, where's the sound coming from?
There we go. It's the Mighty Librarian joining us this Friday.
Hello, friends.
Need to make sure our volume is good out there. Should be fine. I imagine they'll let us know. So this is Ghost of Tsushima. Basically, the idea is you're on the island of Tsushima in Japan, and the Mongol hordes have invaded, and it's up to you to repel them. The story's gotten quite deep, and I had a good time at a certain level yesterday. It took me about 2 hours to play, and but I didn't rage quit, and I persevered. So I'm just picking up where I left off. What's up? How's it going?
Good. This is kind of fitting because I gotta go see Demon Slayer tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I gotta finish.
Okay.
So I'm just not into anime. Like, if anyone's into it, more power to you. It's one of the better ones I've seen. Like, and I watch it because my daughter likes it, but the movie came out and she said, and I quote, she doesn't want to have to answer my annoying questions in the movie, so she's making me watch the whole series on Netflix. But we got behind because I'm just not into it. But I told her I'd finish it by tomorrow. So I gotta finish halfway through season 4, and then I gotta do 5 by tomorrow, 6 p.m. I think I can do it.
There's some anime that I like, and there's a lot that I just genuinely never got into. All right.
The ghost!
I really enjoyed it.
Oh, this
the ones
is a stealth mission too?
Get
Oh,
canceled.
God.
You were seen.
Yeah, this is another stealth
up.
mission. God damn it. It's going to be like yesterday. Anyway.
How do you like the sake, my lords?
So I think I really enjoyed Vampire Hunter D. I thought that was pretty good. And I really liked Helsing.
Not fit to call himself a samurai.
The ones I like that are on Netflix or Hulu that they stream. They always get canceled after the first or second season. So clearly I do not have the American taste for anime, but I really enjoyed Promised Neverland.
Right.
They canceled that one. And then I always forget the other one that I really liked. But One Piece, I could not get into it. And even my daughter was like, all right, this is too much.
Apparently it's really popular, but
it is really popular. It's wildly popular.
That doesn't necessarily make it good.
The main character is so whiny and annoying, and then he gets all mad that his hat gets all messed up, but it's made of straw, so what do you think, that thing's gonna last forever? And I understand his mom or brother or somebody gave it to him, that's important to him, but it's a straw hat. It's gonna get destroyed. How can you get mad about it? And I just can't. So when Nepal is using One Piece's flag, which is fine, but I had such disdain for the anime because I just
genuinely have no idea any of the storyline or any of the characters that you're even referring to. I've never even seen or heard. I know One Piece exists, but it sort of ends there.
It was a while ago. Even my daughter was like, I can't either. I don't remember the entire plot line. He becomes a pirate. Like, his dream is to become a pirate, and he does become a pirate by, like, happenstance. And his, like, older brother or uncle or somebody gives him his hat, that, like, yellow hat, and then somebody destroys it and or messes it up, so he can't wear it anymore. And it's just like, what'd you expect? It's a straw hat. It's not going to last forever.
No.
Like, and pirates don't wear straw hats. Like,
I believe they wear hats made of leather.
I don't know what they are made of, but it's definitely not straw. So, like, yeah, that's really all I remember. And I quit probably halfway through the first season. I was like, dude, I can't do this. I'm gonna rage. Like, I'm gonna rage out on this kid. So, but Demon Slayer, it's all right. Some of the characters annoy me, but their character arcs have tamed them down. Like, cause like one was always like freaking out and crying, and now he's like locked in. And I don't remember names to begin with, so it's the guy who's dressed in yellow all the time. Now he's locked in, and
Is
like,
there
he's
anybody?
good.
Go ahead and push 1 in the chat if you know the anime she's talking about.
It's pretty. I mean, they have an American movie out on it, so somebody's got to know. Like, if I'm watching it, then there's got to be more people who know about it. But the character arcs are like coming around to where they're annoying me less and less. Like, I can't stand when they freak out and like, because they're freaking out, and then it gives me residual anxiety, and I'm already anxious to begin with. Well, no, they're freaking out. Well, because they're Demon Slayer. They're part of the Demon Slayer Corps, but then they're freaking out that they got to fight the big-ass demon. And it's like, isn't this what you realize? You passed the test, so why are you freaking out about these demons that you got to fight? And one dude's feral, like literally feral. He was raised by pigs or boars, so he wears a boar's head.
Okay.
Forgive me, Kage.
And he just yells all the time, so that gives me even more anxiety. But they're like honing in on their demon slaying abilities, so I can deal with it. I can handle them.
Okay, so they're actually starting to become interesting characters. You just had to see them in their super dorky phase.
Yeah, and they're just out of demon slaying school, immature, like, and these cats are like 13, 14, 15 when they're starting their story. So like now they're getting older, they're getting better trained, they're like getting confidence, you know, they're like kind of like fulfilling their destinies and figuring that out. So they're becoming more interesting. But at first I was looking at my daughter like, I don't know about this. I don't think I can handle it. And I understand her frustration. Because like nothing makes me madder than when like people are asking me questions in a movie, and it's like, what's gonna happen? It's like, I don't know. Maybe if we watch the movie, we'll find out.
They shot my horse. My horse is dying.
I'm sorry, I couldn't protect.
Oh, my husband was the worst. Oh God, like everything. He'd be asking questions. I don't know. I'm watching this for the first time.
Yeah, like
Shut up and watch it.
Absorb this piece of art. For me, it's difficult because like most everything that I've ever been interested in, I've kind of seen already, and I'm always looking out new stuff to watch. But very, very few things do I find not completely underwhelming. That's why these storylines from these video games are better than most movies I've watched. They just shot my horse.
They assholes.
And now they killed my friend, they killed my horse. It's on. It's so on. And my sneak missions are done, so that was nice, because while we was talking about One Piece, I was able to not get completely I didn't nuke, but in the military we called it nuke when you overthink things. I didn't nuke my escape route. I was like, okay, and here it is, and move, go.
Yeah, right.
You don't understand. I spent 2 hours yesterday on a stealth level because if they notice you, it's over. Do I have my regular armor back?
I think this is why I can't do most video games because of the anxiety inducing, like, you know, and then I get frustrated and I'm like, fuck this, and I just throw away the controller, and I'm not good at them. And like when I used to play Minecraft with my daughter, like you can't do 2-player on the same console because it's not really meant for that. So
I can't
like I
rage
have to
quit.
play on my phone.
It's just not in my dogma. I can't do it. Like I have to persevere, and that's why I've beaten so many video games. But I also,
No weapons.
I've wasted a lot of life. I have
At least, you know.
Oh God, I have no weapons. This is like as stealth as it gets. This sucks.
I don't have the patience. I'm not good at them. Even my daughter in Minecraft built me like a training arena because I suck at fighting. But it's not all my fault because I had to play on my phone and she'd play on the console. And when you're trying to fight zombies on your phone in Minecraft, it's different. It's not easy. Like, and because we couldn't both be on the console. So, like, for us to play in the same world, we had to be on 2 different things.
Yeah.
So, like, and she's like, Mom, you're not good at fight. So my job was to find the stuff. I was really good at foraging, and I'd build us cool things, and she would fight the zombies. But that, like, because you never know where they come out of, and so, like, I don't know. Like, it gave me anxiety. And finally I was like, all right, we have to do this in peaceful mode because these zombies are gonna, like... And then they have creepers that, like, explode. Like, and you don't even know they're there, because that's why they're called creepers. They just, like, creep up on you and then, boom, you're dead. Or, like, you'll be loaded up with some serious resources, and then you accidentally slip and fall off of a ledge, and then you lose everything because you can't get back to the bottom of a pit. Like, oh, maybe get me started.
Man, like, yesterday, it was every single route that I tried, every single thing that I did, I'd end up getting seen. In just this one time, I was able to, like, move, and I do mean move from area to area as fast as I could, just because there just happened to be only one soldier in the way, and I was able to dome him with the arrow and then just book it.
Is it just wintertime in the scene, or like did something happen? It looks like a barren wasteland, but
well,
is it
the
just
Mongols
winter?
have torched everything that they've come in contact with, and normally,
okay, so it's like a.
and normally
Yeah,
I'd be
all right.
dishing out all kinds of justice with a katana blade, but I was just captured and they stole all my shit,
They took your shit.
and now I have to, like, try to get to where my shit is.
Yeah, that would give me some anxiety inducing.
I just have to
but
plan
one time-
every move.
I played Madden, this was also in like high school. So this is like Madden 98 or 99. And like my friend wants to play, so I'm like, all right, I'll play. And I'm just pushing random buttons. I don't even really know what I'm doing. And I slaughtered him. Like, just slaughtered him pushing random buttons on PlayStation. I don't know. I don't even know what we were playing on. But he's like, this is so humiliating. You beat me.
You don't even know what you're doing.
You're just pushing random... You don't even know what you're just pushing buttons. I'm like...
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
And then, to make it worse, next time we were in our friend group, I was like, I beat him at Madden yesterday, just pushing random buttons. I didn't even know what they did. Thought he was going to win against me. That's what you get for having an ego.
Man, now it's gonna suck. You're gonna have to try to book across there into those flowers and not be seen by any of those guards. Oh my God. Do I have... And I don't even have... Sometimes you can have, like, things you can use to distract them. Like, you can throw, like, a wind chime over in one direction, and they'll go look at it, and then you can run.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I have no idea how to... the only thing I can think is I'm just going to have to book ass. Wait for him to turn around.
Do it. Don't listen to me. I don't know. I'll tell you. I'll get you killed.
I just gotta wait for him to turn around. That's the thing. So we have enough votes to release the Epstein files.
Oh, we do finally?
Yeah. As long as Thomas Massey and Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert don't capitulate. God. Fuck.
Those are tough. Thomas Massey, I could see holding the line, but like Boebert and MTG, those are like for this particular instance. I think Boebert will flip. MTG though, she's still trying to run for governor. That's a tough one. She might actually hold the line on releasing them because Georgia's misunderstood by both Republicans and Democrats. There's only one politician who completely understands Georgia, and that's Brian Kemp. He understands Georgia very well. That'll be interesting to see how she votes. Like that's one vote I can't. That'll be interesting. Oh, and it also, so I've been kind of not paying attention. Because my brain break like has extended.
I understand completely.
Like my brain just broke. But like the Kia. I keep wanting to say Kia. It's not Kia. The Hyundai battery plant that was supposed to be in Georgia. That lady caused an international incident.
I don't know why everybody.
I don't know why it didn't like click in my head. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene's district.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
So if she's trying to her district, that's where all the stereotypes of Georgia come alive at, because they are the stereotypes.
I've been to Rome. I've played music in Rome. Oh. Funny enough, the moonroof is where I actually had some of the best catfish I've ever had in my life, funny enough.
Ugh, catfish. But yeah, like I like that area is so impoverished, and like it's not a horrible place.
What did I just do?
It's just so poverty stricken, and it's just amazing how they don't piece together that Republicans do nothing for them. Nothing. And then all of a sudden they have this opportunity to have a battery plant in their county. It like that will provide legit good jobs, well-paying jobs in an area that like the best you can hope for is manager of the Dollar General, and it gets fucked up for them. So this has not made like headlines at all, really. Brian Kemp, our governor, is now in South Korea trying to salvage that deal. I don't think he's gonna. I think the Koreans are done with Georgia.
Can you blame them?
Or at least Hyundai. Oh no, I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. No. Oh gosh, no. But like, I don't know if it's just not newsworthy enough for people, or if Brian Kemp is trying to keep it quiet. But he's usually pretty savvy when it comes to Georgia politics. So I have to think it's just people aren't paying attention to that story because it's a shit area of Georgia. But Kia is also in West Point, which is actually a nice area of Georgia. It's like on the Alabama-Georgia state line on the west side.
Right.
And like the only reason why West Point exists on the map is because of Kia. So if Kia pulls out, like a lot. Like I have a feeling Georgia is gonna become a lot redder
Yeah, well,
going forward.
I mean, I
Because
genuinely don't understand how they think that removing any sort of foreign investment is going to do anything to help their economy. And why is the person who made the ice call probably going to win the office that they're going for?
because if there's one thing the Republicans are very good at is making their people believe that their problems are because of other people.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I also had this straight up revelation where it's like, the rich are always going to fund the right because the left want to tax them.
Yeah.
So that's why
with
that's why we're
Georgians-
dealing with reform in Britain getting funded by Musk now. Anyway, as you were saying.
With Georgians, like Georgia, it has been the anomaly of the Deep South because of a lot of factors. We have free pre-K. It's lottery funded. We have a lot of military bases that brings in. You can't hate people when you are around them. And then also we had little Hollywood here. We had a lot of business investment.
Yeah, there was a lot going on.
Disney's is pulling out Marvel and moving to Germany. So we have that loss. We have the Hyundai loss. We have probably Kia, because that's a Korean-based company. They're I'm just speculating on Kia. I don't see how they can stay in Georgia when Hyundai, with an international
with ICE
incident
being,
like that.
Not just, for lack of better words, non-discriminatory, it gives zero incentive to want to stay in that area. I can't believe it just got shot by a poison arrow and vomited blood.
West Point is not a blue area, but it's near the bluer area. Like West Point for me is probably like an hour and a half away. So, but yet we're in the same district. Like it doesn't make sense for West Point to be in my congressional district, but here we are. West Point, Kia's been established here for probably 20, 30 years at this point. So most of the people working there are probably American. So it's a different district. It's a different area. So it might be a different story. But like when you have businesses divesting out of Georgia and you don't have like creative outlets investing in Georgia and they're leaving and it'll turn us redder. We were becoming blue because of all the investment and different people from Hollywood and
actually pumping some money in so there's not just poverty everywhere, because the more poverty there is, the more the demagogues demagogue on it.
Yeah, and like looking at Columbus from when I moved here, how long? I can't do maths, but
you're not the only one.
It's been like almost 15. It's been like 15 years since I moved here, ish, and like seeing the downtown area, transform itself from when I first moved here, is like two different cities. Like it's an amazing transformation. And a lot of it, there's a lot of factors too. We're a big military town. We're a big college town where we had a lot of investment put into businesses and attractions. Apparently we're like a big attraction for whitewater rafting because we're right by the Chattahoochee River. And apparently it's like some killer rapids at certain points of the year. I don't know anything about that. That's just what I'm hearing. So like, it really and all this investment came into Columbus and it shows and it's beautiful. Downtown is beautiful. And what do you think has happened since I moved here? We've gotten bluer and bluer and bluer. Even having Republican congressional representatives. Our mayor is an independent, but he started out as a Republican. You know, so like it's not like our representation is all that blue, you know, blue, but we voted for Joe Biden plus 70%. Muskogee County, I mean, as a whole, which is why Muskogee County is gerrymandered severely. But that's not here or there. But anyway, so it really shows you when there's investment and opportunities. Like, I mean, in 2011, it was the saddest. Main Street was like the saddest thing you've ever seen. All the storefronts were abandoned. Like, Columbus got sucker punched by the Great Recession. It was the saddest, like, I can't even describe how sad it was. That's the only way I could describe that. My first impression of downtown was like sad and decrepit and just a town that's seen a better time. And now it's like vibrant, and there's all sorts of restaurants and bookstores and health shops, and like it's just like a fun, trendy little town that people actually do TikToks on now.
Oh,
like,
wow.
what? Like, yeah, I saw like a bazillion TikToks on. Well, it's also a historic town. There's the history dorks that like to come here, but it's like a food town now. Like, and I'm just like, wow, good. And so, you know, I'm not from here originally, but it is really, I'm proud of Columbus. Like they, you know, of cities that really fell into disrepair. Well done. Well done.
Like I said, it's really hard to demagogue off of poverty when there isn't any. So that's one of the reasons the Republicans try to, you know, keep poverty the way that it is. Not to mention, you know, simultaneously giving the tax breaks to their rich buddies. Farmley in the chat said that Jeff Duncan renounced his Republican membership and registered as a Democrat.
I think that's the smartest thing. And oh my God,
It's a
Georgia
sinking
Democrats,
ship.
Georgia Democrats need to like get in line, because here's the thing. We all know, I know who Jeff Duncan is. And you know what? He's our best chance at keeping Georgia not a police state like South Carolina, Alabama, and Florida to the south. Because will he like follow our agenda that we'd like if it was an ideal world? Absolutely not. He's still fairly conservative. But he's not a fucking psycho like some of the other options we got out there. And if you want a Democrat to win right now, as governor of Georgia, he's our best shot. Otherwise, no matter who you run, it's Democrats need to look at their geography and the reality of the situation. And the reality is Georgia isn't going to elect a female governor at this moment in time. They may elect a male minority, but even that I question.
I'm sorry.
Like, because we're voting statewide.
For now.
You got to look at the reality of things, and I think Jeff Duncan is for as a liberal, that's our best bet. It's not our ideal bet.
If he can get on as a Democrat, you know, and he can prove that he passes the smell test with people like Warnock and Ossoff, then, you know, I mean, we can actually be forming a real honest-to-God coalition of ex-MAGA. Did you see in the dialogue where he said, we need to go to that fort over there? She's like, it's controlled by Mongols. And he said, we'll fix that. But yeah, I mean, the more Republicans that we're seeing they're waking up and smelling the coffee and realizing that, I mean, I've heard, you know, several ex-MAGA
if I didn't give myself up,
basically say that if Biden would have done any of the shit that
just like the
Trump is doing now, that MAGA would be, you know, down at the gun shop, like getting, you know, ammo upon ammo. But because Trump is doing it, it's like they're like, yay, police state. And there's just so many.
They have no concept.
Yeah, there's so many conservatives that are just like, no, we're done with this shit. But then they find themselves without a home, almost in the same way that, you know, those of us who want the Democrats to stop fucking sending money to Israel for Gaza, you know, find ourselves without a home.
When I was young, Lord Shimra became my father.
You know, I think Jeff Duncan, in comparison to like people Republicans we
wanted
know,
to disappoint
Jeff
you.
Duncan is less
have to hope
conservative
we can
than
heal this
Brian
wound.
Kemp. And even a lot of Democrats like
This
Brian Kemp.
forgiveness won't change
I
who am.
appreciate his willingness
I made my
to
own choices.
not
Even
bend
knowing
the
what they've
knee.
cost me, I'd make them again.
But he definitely
Sure,
bows to
Branson
Trump
is a traitor.
in some cases. But like I do appreciate that. But Brian Kemp is a brilliant politician for Georgia.
We're close to
Georgia.
Triple
Yeah, for
He's
Georgia.
positioned himself. He's positioned himself to be the savior of the
We're going on
GOP.
foot.
Well,
Because
he wouldn't follow any of the super
Democrat-
extremist shit either.
he does quietly, but he shut shit down. Like
us
when they
and the
wanted to criminalize librarians,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Open ground.
he shut it down. He's like, nope, because he understands his demographic.
I think
He
that
knows
and
that
there's
Georgia-
so many conservatives know that the more fucked up shit that they try to do to the Democrats, when we get power back, turnabout's fair play.
Yeah, but he also knows, like, I've always said, when it comes to statewide elections, when the entire Georgia will only vote for
A signal cannon.
Georgians will always vote conservative as a whole, unless the other option is like batshit. Now you'll say, how did we vote for Trump last time? Well, I don't believe he won by as much as he did, not by a chance. I can't prove it. I have nothing to back it up. I just don't believe that he won by that much in Georgia. But even Trump is the only person that can be batshit and win in Georgia. Look at the last since like 2016. If the other option, if the Republican option is batshit, they'll vote Democrat. But other than that, if the Republican option doesn't seem that bad, they'll always vote for the Republican. And that's why Jeff Duncan is probably the Democrats' best chance, because he won't win as a Republican. He could win as a Democrat.
As long as he doesn't do the thing where he as soon as he wins as a Democrat, immediately turns into a Republican again, like we saw happen in what was it, Indiana?
I don't think he will, because he was one of the featured people at the DNC. Like he's too in. Like he's far too into Democratic politics to but even, you know what, even if he does, like, even if he did a flip, I mean, I out of all the options, he's our best chance of not becoming Florida, Alabama, or South Carolina, which are our neighbors.
I could deal with
But
moderates.
I wish that. Yeah, like, I haven't really. He was lieutenant governor, so, like, I mean, that's like vice governor. I don't really know. I know he's probably against abortion, but I don't think he's for the bullshit that happens, like, in Georgia now. I think he's more common sense. Like, I'm sure he's not. I mean, I don't expect gun reform under his governorship, but I also don't think he's going to advocate for, like, ghost guns and silencers, you know? Like, so, I mean, the Overton window has been stretched so far that, like, I guess we could consider him a moderate by today's standards, but he'd be a conservative by 2020 and 2016 standards. It'll be an interesting race. Like, I'm excited because the Republicans still don't have anybody that's, like, truly viable. And I wonder if Kemp will endorse him or not. That'll be interesting to see. But I expect Brian Kemp to run for president in 2028. He's a viable presidential candidate, and he's liked by Democrats and Republicans. He'll be one of the few Republicans that would be viable in 28.
I think Massey's going to go for it. And he's going to run off of the fact that he was all about trying to get the Epstein files released.
He's a viable candidate, but he's not electable.
Well, he's
Like, he won't...
He's been exposing who donated to his opponent and who also happened to be in the Epstein files, remember?
Yeah. He's a funny dude. Like, Thomas Massey's a weird dude. Like,
yeah,
like, who are you
he's a
pretending
numbers
to
guy.
be?
He's
Like,
a genuine numbers guy, and I think that because he's a genuine numbers guy is one of the reasons that they call him a grandstander, because he has no problem using facts.
that's a fair point. I mean, he's also an asshole. Like, he's a terrible person, and not like Seinfeld terrible. Like, he's a terrible person. Like, I'm a terrible person, but I'm Seinfeld terrible. Like,
I'm a bastard, but I'm not a rat bastard.
yeah, like he's.
You're free now.
But you know what? These are weird times, and stranger things have happened. Maybe he's entering Seinfeld terrible.
Maybe.
But he's an odd cat. Like, he's a weird one.
But I think that because I mean, obviously JD Vance is going to go for 2028. Obviously, but with what South Park is, oh my God, I cannot believe the arc they're bringing JD Vance into in South Park. Like, I did not expect him to go there, but it turned out it's in real life. Like, he's just waiting and playing, dumb the whole time, and what they did with Brendan Carr is just. Have you seen last night's?
Pick us off.
Let's bring them to us.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Lower them onto the ice. Then
God, South Park, you never seem to disappoint. When I think you can't.
We can use that against
Well,
them.
the beautiful thing about that is that
Keep watch. I'll draw
they
them out.
brand. And I think I've talked about this before, but they brand. What do I mean by that? Kristi Noem is branded as a puppy killer. Tump is branded as having a tiny penis. They brand, and now they branded.
We'll get their attention. Better get back to you.
They branded they branded Carr as a fascist because when they had his arm in the fucking sling, it was in a fascist salute.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah.
this. Yes, that is a hole in the ice. Enjoy it, gang. Enjoy it.
He's gonna get caught with he's gonna get caught with something on his computer that he shouldn't have. Like, he's such a sleazebag. He's so gross.
The ghost is
God.
here.
And then, I couldn't even stomach, I can't stomach Trump's speeches because it's like secondhand embarrassment.
And then then he claims
makes my
everybody
skin
at the
crawl.
UN said that he did an amazing job.
Nobody
like,
said that.
no,
Not
sir.
one single person.
No, sir.
That did not happen.
You're hearing things again.
He, it is, I am,
Let's get to the.
I only listened to, maybe 5 minutes of it, and then I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do it. But, so I tried to listen to it, and I'm just like, my God, can you imagine being, a world leader, having to sit there for an hour, and you can't even really say anything.
He's like, I win,
because
you lose, I'm great, you suck, give me lots of prizes. That's
yeah, and you can't even do anything about it
No.
because it's the president of the United States.
Yeah.
And which I wish somebody would, because what's Trump gonna do?
spank their ass and take
really,
their birthday away, but was he going to tariff them?
was he gonna rename their ocean or their lake, or what is he really tariff them? I mean,
Speaking
Like,
of
come
that,
on,
beef and
now.
coffee's never been more
Out.
expensive at the same time that we're bailing out fucking Argentina, which decided that they were going to make videos bragging about implementing Project 2025.
Let me tell you, I wrote a Substack like I don't know, like 4 months ago, 5 months ago, about how expensive coffee was going to become because we tariffed Vietnam, and Vietnam is our largest coffee. We import like they're our main dudes for getting coffee, and it's not a crop that we can grow here except in Hawaii, and they're not sourced up enough to meet our needs. I think Hawaii produces like 1% of our consumption. Like, it's a small operation there. Because guess what? It's a small archipelago of islands. Like, that's it. So, like, I don't know what he was thinking, but, like, I even did calculations of, like, the cost increases of a cup of coffee. And it, like, the tariffs of that moment, which they might have increased, was going to increase a cup of coffee at Starbucks by $1. And that was just at like a 10 or 15% tariff rate on coffee. So like, so stupid. And I said it. We consume so much coffee. It's insane. I think we consume 2 billion cups of coffee every year. 2 billion cups of coffee. I even broke it down into how many pounds of beans that is. Like, that we have to, and like we also, like, some of it we import as a full, like, coffee has, they look like, they're called cherries because they look like cherries. Well, no, let me rephrase that. My husband grew a coffee plant in an area that it's not supposed to grow.
Okay.
So it was a lot of work. So like they're called cherries when coffee plants are ready to harvest. They look like cherries, and they have this pulpy husk, and then you have the seed, and then you have to let that dry, and then you roast them various lengths, and that's where you get dark roast, light roast, and all that stuff.
Okay.
So the way we import coffee varies between different producers. So sometimes we import the whole cherry, sometimes we're importing the dried bean, but like depending on the level of processing increases the price of that final product. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
You're safe.
because even that pulp that's used will be used in like like skincare that has like coffee infused stuff. A lot of times they throw the pulp in there so it can have coffee ingredients, but it's
So
not
you're
actual
using the hot
ground
dog
coffee.
version of coffee when you use the scrub.
Essentially, yeah. So, like, the husk has its purposes too. It doesn't taste bad. The skin is kind of weird texture, but because I tried it. Like, we had coffee plants, and then they died when my husband, went on vacation too. But like, it's a process to get to that bean part, and a lot of it's not like mechanized. It can't be mechanized. So, it is what it is. And no, you can't just grow it anywhere.
I never knew really much about coffee farming. That was quite interesting.
There is a reason why it only grows in very specific places of the world, and why certain blends only grow in certain places of the world. And
makes sense.
Like, it grows in the jungle because it needs filtered light. So it needs just like what my husband did was he put a fish net over it. Or not fishnet's not like a screen, almost like a door screen. He made this like contraption so it let light hit the plant, but not too much light. So it created like that false canopy of trees that would be over a coffee plant naturally. So but it can't be, if it gets zapped once by frost, plant's done.
Okay.
Like it'll kill it.
Probably the same with the reefer.
It has no frost tolerance.
Over here.
There's probably
Heat
so
is-
much, that growing coffee has in common with growing like stuff like reefer because of just the climate.
Yeah. I think it's more well, reefer can be sensitive with light because if you change its hours
Only problem is
even
it's held by
slightly, it can
longbows.
force it to
We need help
seed
to
or
drive them out.
it can really fuck it up. So weed has its
Friend
own
of yours?
light
But
issues.
he'll do anything I ask.
But
and his men
what
are
makes it a little less tricky is
I'll
that
slip through your uncle's castle.
you
Meet
just
our
need
friends
the
in
light,
town.
whether it's
We can
sunlight
distract the
or
folk from the
it's
south. I'll
a
attack from the
grow
north
light.
with your hunter friends.
It's not the amount of light
Did it
that
work?
necessarily, or I mean, like what's the word? You can just let the light bulb be and it'll be
careful.
fine. Whereas if you do that to a coffee plant, you'll kill it, you'll burn it.
Okay.
It'll get a sunburn.
Huh.
And it's very because it's only meant to grow in certain, it only grows in certain areas, and there's a reason why it's hard to grow in anywhere else, successfully. I mean, when winter came, we'd have to pull those bushes into the house because we didn't have a greenhouse, so there'd be 2 big coffee bushes in our bonus room for 3 to 5 months, depending on how the winter went, and watering it, you miss watering it just a couple of days and the leaves will start to wither. If you're going to grow it outside its natural environment, it's high maintenance. It's a lot of work, and I feel bad that I killed my husband. I didn't do it on purpose. I just couldn't care about those stupid plants, so that's just what happens. And I feel
Okay.
bad because he spent a decade on those plants.
Yeah, it happens.
It started out in a little cup. He bought me for Mother's Day a coffee plant that was in a teeny mug, and they turned into 2 big bushes. But then I forgot about them, and I'm sorry.
I have a green, I mean, not a green, but the opposite. I have a black thumb. I cannot grow anything.
Apologies.
Yeah,
I
can't.
genuinely tried my hand at growing. Not too good at that. And
Farewell.
I mean, I've
He
tried.
had such a green thumb. He is so he can just look at something and it grows.
Some cats just have that ability.
My parents
Johnny
were
Appleseed
master
gene.
backyard. My parents were master backyard farmers before it was cool. Now, they could probably if they still did that, they could probably make a killing at a farmer's market. They would grow so much shit in such a small space. It was wild to watch. And they'd grow tomatoes that were huge. And this is before you could buy the GMO seeds, what that'll force the tomatoes, will be much. I don't know how they did it.
Like I said, there's
there was
just
very little
some
they couldn't
cats,
grow.
man. They just have they just got
And
the
they love
touch.
doing it.
Yeah, maybe it's just that genuine love that transfers through. I don't know. I mean,
I don't like bugs. And that's a problem because plants need bugs and worms and things to pollinate them, and I just don't like
bees and
that.
bugs and
Ugh. The bees don't piss me off. The hornets that we get
stay
here.
warm.
Dear Lord. Little assholes. Yellow jackets seem to like our property. There's always a yellow jacket nest once a year. And I hate mowing the yard because I'm so scared there's going to be a yellow jacket nest.
oh
somewhere.
yeah, my buddy. I think might be the 3rd episode of my podcast with Johnny Love. He was trimming the bushes, and he hit a nest that was in the bushes, and they came after him.
They're relentless. Oh, they chased my husband so good. Oh, they chased him.
Well, he was running from them, and he ended up tripping on a electrical cable that was in his garage, and sort of ate all of the shit that a human can possibly eat directly onto his face.
Ooh.
And then the bees continued stinging him after he ate the shit.
Oh.
Yeah. So he's telling me that story, and I feel horrible for him when he's telling me, but at the same time, I'm laughing my ass off. If you listen to the podcast, you'll hear it.
And it's so hard to, like, the yellow jackets, like, they really like, well, at least the ones in Georgia, like underground nest building, and it's so hard to see them. Like, it really is hard to see. So, like, a lot of times you find them until it's too late and you're screwed. So I really should have taken care of business over the winter, because we had a very, very cold winter last winter. So, like, that would have dormanted them pretty good. So I really should have taken care of it. But then, you know, it was a rough winter. I hate yard. I really hate yard work. I really do. Like,
that was one of the things about being in an apartment that, you know, you never had to worry about. But, like, you know, I grew up, like, in Ohio it wasn't a farm per se, as, like, you know, there were animals on it, but, like, I grew up in farm country on a farm. It was, if there was animals there on the property, it would be a farm. Okay. That's just it. And
I could do farm work. I would handle farm work a lot better than yard work. Like,
well,
mowing the lawn and clipping stuff.
That was the thing, was I had to mow the lawn as a kid, and we had a lot of lawn to mow. And, you know, I had to use the weed eater and all that, and genuinely, you know, I had to make it look good. And then time comes that I get older and I move out the house, the old man buys a riding lawnmower. I had to push it. Like, I grew up just pushing mower.
Oh, yeah.
And it wasn't one of those assisted ones.
We didn't have a big enough yard when I was a kid to warrant a riding mower.
Yeah.
But, like, we have my backyard and front yard. I mean, it probably doesn't warrant a riding mower, but it could be. My neighbor offered to let me use his. But the thing is where I need it most, I can't get it in my backyard. My fence is too small.
Oh, what a pain.
So I'm just like, assholes.
What a pain.
So, and, like, vegetation, my backyard's a jungle. I mean, there's like the land is reclaiming itself in my backyard. I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
The kudzu.
I really don't. Oh gosh, that's the only thing that could make it worse. Like, there's no kudzu.
That's the only thing.
But I saw on, like, one of those shows where, like, if humans left the earth, like, it shows, like, cities, what would happen to cities, like, 1, 10, 20, 50, 1,000 years later. And Atlanta, if humans ceased to exist, it would only take, I think it would only take, like, 10 years for kudzu to completely reclaim Atlanta. Like, where you couldn't see building or skyscraper or anything like that. Like, it would just engulf Atlanta.
I get
10
it.
years. That's wild. Like, that shit. I've seen time-lapse photos where, like, it grows so fast that, like, it grows like a foot throughout the whole day. Like, and there's always some asshole on TikTok who does a time-lapse of kudzu growing. I've never seen anything like it. This is why you don't bring plants back.
Does he subscribe to another channel that shows paint drying? Fuck. Sounds entertaining.
Oh, well, it's time lapse. So, like,
yeah.
But, like, it's like a minute long. But, like, it's a day of the kudzu, and it grows a fucking foot in a whole day. Like,
Jesus.
Like,
I never knew that.
Kudzu grows. This is why you don't bring plants. You don't plant plants in areas that they're not native to. Georgia is, like, the prime example of why you don't do this. Because some asshole brought a bunch of shit to Georgia that is so invasive Jasmine is one of them. Like, our poor trees. Like, jasmine's... Oh, no, not jasmine. Wisteria. Wisteria is so pretty. It is so beautiful. I love wisteria, but it is so invasive to... It strangles trees. Like, and so when you see trees covered in wisteria, that poor tree is slowly dying, suffocating, because it just strangles the life out of that tree. Passion flower, which are very pretty, but those also are so invasive and kill off so many other things. Kudzu, like, no, like somebody important must have gone to Japan and brought back a bunch of shit and planted it, because most of the invasive stuff came from Japan, and it's like, dude, this is why we don't like.
Too late. Help my family.
Black Dragon in the chat said that even tried setting the kudzu on fire. You can't get rid of it.
You can't, no, because its root systems are huge, and they grow deep, and the only way to kill it is to like get the root ball, and the root ball is like can be like 10 feet down, so like it's damn near impossible to kill because like you can never find the root ball.
Find that cabin. Save his family.
So all you do when you cut it away is it's just gonna grow right back. And like the root balls are plentiful. Like it's like it knows you're not gonna want it there. So it makes root systems like and the interconnect it is wild. Like kudzu is like they brought it over here because they wanted something that would grow quickly and be a greenery, but they didn't understand.
What exactly was the use for it? Like in this, were they thinking it was going to be like bamboo, like a multi-use plant?
No, for aesthetics, to just have like greenery.
Oh.
Like kind of like moss, but prettier than moss type
like,
thing.
Like climbing ivy.
Yeah, like you can train kudzu to climb, but like it not only grows so fast and it like chokes out the rest of the flowers and plants, and
You poisoned us.
it's
Is that enough?
not meant to be here.
Heard what you did
And that's why
at
they
the
tell you
castle.
not to bring
How you killed all those people.
plants
We're
home
monks.
because
I would never harm you.
Wherever
you know
go,
it can
death
affect. I
follows.
mean,
We'll never let
I
it
doubt the
end.
person
You'll
who
die
brought
without medicine
kudzu
and
here
food.
thought it would become the
bring it.
problem it is. And here we are.
That's fair.
Should be a camp up the mountain. Might have what they need.
Like it seems like whenever we try to mess with nature and try to crossbreed things, like that's how we got killer bees. You know, they wanted to make a
Murder
hardier
hornets.
honeybee, but all. Oh God.
So.
No, murder hornets are natural.
Yeah, do you
They're
remember
natural
hearing about the
assholes.
Japanese murder hornets? Mm-hmm.
I know all about them because I'm fascinated by them.
I know nothing about them.
You know nothing. Let me tell you about the Japanese murder hornet. Okay, this asshole is huge. Now, there's also a lot of people think that the Japanese murder hornet is in like Europe. That's a different hornet. It's smaller, looks very similar, but just as scary looking, and it hurts just as bad to get stung by them. But the Japanese murder hornet is
What the fuck?
mostly in Asia, but Japan deals with it the worst. They are evil creatures. They will scout for like, they love to find honey hive, right? And that's why it's like the bee people will freak out if murder hornets ever do make it onto the continent, because the problem with them is that their favorite food are honeybees. And they go like they can annihilate a hive in minutes. And they don't just kill for food, they kill for sport. So what the murder hornet does, they have scouts looking for honey hives, right? And they find one, they like do a pheromone thing to tell their friends, hey, we got one. And then they invade the nest, and there you go. But
Go ahead and keep talking. I need to fix something with my plate.
Oh, okay. So my favorite, and y'all will, the deepest satisfaction I've ever gotten out of YouTube came from a video I watched about the murder hornet, because Japan has its own honeybee variety, but their honeybees have developed like a defense system against the murder hornet. So they have their own scouts scouting for predators, one being the murder hornet. So when they see the murder hornet, before it can give its scent to tell its friends to come over, like the guarding honeybees will start doing their thing to signal to the hive, get into position. And what the honeybees in the hive do is they start to like coagulate towards one another, and they form this little ball, and they end up, once they're all in position, before the hornet can like scent off to his friends that, hey, there's a hive here, they drop on the hornet, and they essentially, the body heat of the bees cooks the hornet alive, because the weakness of the hornet is that its body temperature cannot drop or go above. Like, it has a very, very delicate temperature structure. So if it goes above or below, it'll kill it. And so they essentially cook the hornet to death just by their own body heat and vibration of that little ball cluster they made to fall on. And do some of the honeybees die? Yes. But like, the hive still survives, and it's glorious to watch. And they have like a thermal imaging of it, and it's like you see the hornet in the center, and it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and like the bees are just doing its like ball thing, vibrating, and then once he's killed, they all go back into the hive to do their thing and keep on being honeybees.
Well, it's pretty crazy that. Thanks for hanging out with us while I fix the game and learned about.
Well, people had a lovely story to hear about.
Well, the thing
murder
was,
hornets getting killed.
The thing that's super rad is I never knew that was a possible thing.
I didn't either. It's ingenious. It really makes you wonder about nature. Like, people say there isn't magic in the world, but like, that's kind of magical. Like, how did they figure that out? Like, that's their defense, like that blows my mind.
That'd be like one person. You don't have any weapons, so like 16 people gather around one person so they can't get air.
Yeah, no, it's like, it's outsmarting your opponent. Like, when you can't beat them in combat because you're smaller and weaker, you outsmart them. And like, it's wild, like how just things fit, to balance in nature.
With this one murder hornet, like, it takes an entire nest of bees, but the bees can do it. That's crazy.
Yeah, and all it takes is raising its body temperature. Like, I don't even think it's a whole degree.
They have the spies.
It's like a fraction, but that fraction is enough to essentially cook the hornet to death. And I mean, like, the pincers on that thing, good God, like, I mean, it snaps. Like, there was this one like slow-mo of like the murder hornet like just snapping a bee in half with its mandibles. Like, oh, it's an evil creature. I'm not sure why we need hornets and wasps. I don't know if there's a God, when I die, I have questions about mosquitoes, hornets, and wasps.
Especially mosquitoes. Like, why?
Especially, yeah. Why mosquitoes? That seems unnecessary.
So radically unnecessary.
And they kill. Maybe they're population control for humans, because I mean, so many humans die from malaria every year.
Well, I think a big thing also is I mean, they're just a literal food source.
But do they have to like? Oh, they're so itchy. Dear God, disease ridden. It just seems like they could be a food source without sucking our blood. But yeah, there's a YouTube video of the murder hornet getting cooked by a ball of bees. It's one of the most sad because they start off showing you how awful the murder hornet is. Like, it makes you mad, like how it just picks on these bees, and then they show you like the Japanese honeybee and its defense and how it's adapted to like combat the murder hornet. It's like so satisfying. Like, it's like when the antelope gets away from the lion. Like, know that the lion needs to eat the antelope.
Yeah, like I know that
it's the circle of life.
I saw 2 lions tearing apart a crocodile, and I'm not sure how I felt.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I feel conflicted myself.
Yeah, it's like watching it's like watching Maga fight the Groypers.
Another interesting animal fight to watch is mongoose versus cobra.
Oh yeah, Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Though, like, a lot of times the mongoose wins. Most of the time the mongoose wins. Like that's here people trying to stick their fingers in nature. In Hawaii, or was it Guam.
I think
in Guam,
Jurassic Park taught us about this.
Well, this is a real life example. In Guam, they have a severe snake problem.
Yeah, the tree snake,
Hawaii,
the brown tree snakes, right?
Yeah, and Hawaii does not have snakes. So like planes coming in from Guam are very people are skittish about planes from Guam because
I get it.
Like, Hawaii doesn't have a snake problem, but Guam does have a snake.
And they don't
Guam
want
to fix the snake problem, Guam put in mongooses. But what they didn't understand, one of them is nocturnal and one of them is diurnal. So now they have a mongoose problem and a snake problem.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't interfere with nature.
No.
I don't know if the snakes are a natural problem, but somebody should have thought that one through.
No, I remember reading this. I couldn't remember if it was in. Do you remember back when you were a kid and they would have you read the the weekly reader type thing, and then you'd have to fill out the assignments in it and blah blah blah. I remember. I think it might have been right as I was starting high school. It was some assignment about the invasion of the brown tree snakes from Guam.
Food will give those people strength.
Yeah, I don't know what caused them, or if that was always a problem, or maybe it was brought on by one species got killed, so then another became too much. But
medicine should stop the poison. Get all this.
Yeah,
back to the cabin.
Snakes are a big problem in Guam, but their solution. And I refuse to believe a scientist recommended that solution because that sounds like a total politician move. He knew
somebody with a mongoose farm, and
so stupid.
He got government subsidies.
Yeah, it seems like a total
It seems like an RFK
got
move.
A deal.
Well,
yeah.
I guess if there's going to be cobras, then that means we need to also have mongooses.
But at least cobras and mongoose are on the same sleep schedule. Whereas the brown tree, I think the tree snake's probably nocturnal because videos I've seen of mongoose were during the day. So I think the snake is the nocturnal one. Either way, they're missing each other because they have different sleep schedules.
Yeah.
And also the mongoose doesn't go up in the trees, too. That was another problem.
Yeah.
So now
you got a bunch of mongoose that are looking for food, and it can't reach those snakes. So what does it start eating instead?
Oh, that's a good. I don't remember what it eats instead. I think there's just
probably pets, small pets.
Yeah, because on a TV, mongoose don't look that big, but apparently they're a lot bigger than they look.
They're lanky.
Yeah. But, yeah, There's a video of Snoop Dogg narrating Planet Earth, and so I can't do it, but he's like, "Are those mongooses?"
Is it mongoose or mongoose?
I have no idea, but Snoop Dogg said, "Was it?" I think it might be a bit on Kimmel used to do. It was either Jimmy Fallon or Kimmel, where Snoop Dogg narrated Planet Earth.
I can't remember. Because the only like time I ever watched any of them was like, you know, just their clips on YouTube. I never actually like watched them live, which is really really
I don't
funny.
even have funny ears.
Oh, apparently Google says it's mongooses.
Oh, it is mongooses? Mm-hmm. I guess that makes sense.
Because I guess mongoose just sounds. It's like, yes, I know that that is the plural of geese, but that sometimes that doesn't work in every scenario.
You know, stupid things that people say in the South, like, particularly at the Walmart that's closest to me, there's a big ass field. So when fall comes, it's a big meeting place for geese. And someone didn't say it to me, but said it out loud, like, because come like November, October, like the Walmart parking lot is filled with geese for like a week.
They're mean.
And they are mean, but somebody was like, "Why are there so many geese all of a sudden? Like, why are they here?" And I'm just like, geese fly south for the winter. We're the South. Why do you think they're here? Like, and like, why don't you think you see them most of the time? Because they went back north.
Like, just that common sense. Just they say common sense is common. I don't get it, but apparently it seems to be a fucking political stance, because anytime that the administration is asked, why did you do this particular thing, he says, well, it's because I have common sense. It's like, wait a minute, hold on. I saw this.
No, it sounds
wonderful video. I have to show you it, and it's the streamer Asmongold, and how many times he's dismissed actual data and facts for just his opinion, and then just says the words, well, it's just common sense. And this video is so funny because it shows like 80 examples of him saying it back to back to back to back to back.
Smoke.
Yep.
Smoke. Uh-oh. Oh shit, what the hell's going on now? Oh, Jesus Christ, what'd they do?
Oh, somebody torched the house.
Probably the damn Mongols.
Is that your house?
Just because they wouldn't let them in, probably. I don't know. Like, these guys are sons of bitches. For every person's weaponry, you have to use a different stance. Like, I have to use stone stance on these swordsmen. However, the archers, it doesn't really matter. If they have a shield, you have to use water stance because it knocks the shield out the way. Burned, hanging body in the corner.
Oh.
Crazy.
God, you were so violent.
The invasion of Tsushima is quite the story.
I'm sorry.
What about the others?
Because it was Kublai Khan
They're all dead.
who wanted the island of Japan, so he sent Kotu Khan to learn everything ahead of time about the landscape of Japan, about their culture, about their language, their plants, everything, and then they launched the invasion.
You came back?
Well, that was smart.
Find peace.
It's kind of wild how warfare is.
Did you hear? Speaking of Walmart, did you hear one of the main reasons that that lady called ICE
Each other.
on that plant was because she was worried that the immigrants were going to get to start using the good Walmart, and because of her stupid bigotry, she cost how much?
Yeah, so like those immigrants would have bought shit, fueling the economy for everybody. And now, because they're not there anymore, that good Walmart, probably those people lost their jobs.
Can't let them near the
And they
good
can't have the
Walmart.
good shit.
They only get the Dollar Tree.
God. Fucking stupid people.
Yeah, they are.
Like, it's Walmart. If Walmart is good for anything, is knowing their demographic and being supplied for their demographic.
It's true.
What were you so afraid they were going to buy that they were going to have? And it's not even like there isn't an Amazon warehouse in Atlanta that can't get you in like 36 hours if you're that worried about it.
If you desperately need a thing.
You know what I think? I think that was just like her excuse. So she didn't have to say what she was really thinking, is that she just didn't want Asian people in her town.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you can't see through the excuse of they were going to get to use the good Walmart, and by the way, that just sounds bigoted on its own.
Yeah.
How dare them occupy the same space as I and share oxygen/carbon dioxide?
And they weren't going to be here forever. They were
No.
on like a limited visa setting up the plant because like they're foreign car
God, this
company.
game is gorgeous. Sorry, I was taken aback.
You know, like we don't make that shit here, so they always set up their own factories and teach the process. So they were only going to be here for a maximum of 2 years, I think, was their visa. To set up and get running that plant for, and I think it was going to be like something like 8,000 jobs between like really high level skilled labor all the way down to like, you know, security guards, janitors, you know, that kind of thing.
Electric
So, like,
maintenance. I mean, there's so many jobs.
It's a big enough deal that like the governor went to South Korea to salvage them. Because, and he's not even running for re-election, you know, so he could just let it slide, but he's going all the way to South Korea. Like,
Well, I mean,
and
it's a
swear to
PR
God,
nightmare for
like,
Georgia, too.
Yeah, but people don't really understand Georgia, so they already think we're all racist and
Everybody's a sentient banjo.
I mean, essentially, like, you know, living around the country, like, I've lived in Kentucky before for a while, and Kentucky is unfairly stereotyped. Do they have their banjos? Yep. But they are nothing compared to their southern neighbor, Tennessee. Holy God.
I've
Like,
spent time in copious amounts of time in both places. And it really truly depends. Like, you're either in the holler in Kentucky or Louisville, which is a blast.
Lexington's a real cool city. I love
Tennessee,
Lexington.
you can be in, I don't know, Orange, Tennessee, or you can be in Nashville.
I'm sorry if anybody's from Tennessee. Tennessee mostly sucks. Memphis is my least favorite city. Oh,
I
dear
spent a
God, that
lot of
place
time in
sucks.
Chattanooga.
Oh, God.
Right on
I
the border,
really love
Georgia and
Kentucky.
Chattanooga. I mean, Tennessee and Georgia.
He's a traitor. We don't know the full story.
Ugh. I spent a lot of time near the Fort Knox area, which is like 30 minutes from Louisville. But I also went to school in, I was like a commuter student. So I spent a lot of time in Lexington commuting. which is a very long commute. But
I've
you gotta
had
do
some
what you
good
gotta
times
do
in
when you're
Lexington. Pretty okay city.
It's a big little city. I loved.
It's one of those places that's
Loved
really
it.
great
Do you
if you
know of
know
any
somebody
supplies
that
in the
knows the
area?
city.
No, my lord. But Kami will lend you aid if you pay your respects.
Like they have so many
Find the
different
Torii
because
gates, follow
I
them
mean
to
they
a
have
shrine,
basketball's a
and
big
take what is
big
offered.
deal there,
They say a
obviously,
charm
but
blessed by Kami can
their
change
medical
man's fate.
school is a big deal,
I could use that kind
and
of help.
so you have
Oh, in
it's very
Athens, you have
international.
Athens too.
Athens, Georgia.
Yeah, I love that city.
I like Athens a lot. That's a weird dichotomy. But yeah, Kentucky does not have the sentiment because I think a lot of our I'm not trying to say racism, but that's a part of it. Like the Civil War and what side your state took really reflects a lot on the culture of your state today. So Kentucky was a Union state. And I fully believe that that's why it's unfairly stereotyped because yeah, you do have your general racist, but even in your podunk towns there, racism isn't the issue. Like they may hate liberals,
Dude,
but
racism is in every fucking city.
Well, obviously, but what I'm saying is like they may not vote for a Democrat up until there's this one tiny town in Kentucky that voted Democrat up until Trump. But they also voted for Andy Bashir. So like you look at that town and think that they're the stereotypical redneck white trash, but they're not. Like there's nuance to Kentucky, whereas a lot of the stereotypes of Arkansas, Tennessee are true. And I think there's a lot of Kentucky has a little more nuance to it than I think it's given credit for. Because I mean, I've been to some of these other bullshit states and I'd live in Kentucky any day of the week. You couldn't pay me to move to Tennessee. My parents threatened to move to Tennessee. And I'm like, if you move to Tennessee, I am not visiting you. I will not. You will never see me there. So think hard about that one. I was like, who told you about Tennessee? Who told you that word? And he's like, well, I saw it on, and I was like, oh, you saw it on Fox News, didn't you? I know exactly what happened. Like Brian Kilmeade said something and mentioned Nashville or like some God. I'm not going to Tennessee. You must be out your mind. Ugh.
Yeah, sorry about that, gang. We're having some issues with the.
Video games take a lot of bandwidth.
Well,
probably why.
what happens is I use the sensitive part on the controller, which is the flick pad, in order to get to the guiding wind, which kind of shows you where you need to go. And sometimes the flick pad the memory gets stuck. I don't know why it happens. It's kind of a bug with this game, but it's easy to solve. We just go ahead and hit continue from where we were and pick right back up. But yeah, I mean, as far as Tennessee goes, me and my band were almost eaten by cannibals that were trafficking humans and selling drugs. So
In Tennessee?
yeah, it was in Christiana,
That's not
Tennessee.
surprising.
This place called Hippie Hill. You can actually like Google them getting busted, but it was on Halloween, and there was a tornado on the way, and we were stuck on the knife edge of a mountain. And there's a whole big long story that goes with this. And sometime I would absolutely love to get everybody that was there and get them on stream and recall this tale for you, because everybody comes at it from a different angle as to what they were experiencing, as happens in a scenario. But yeah, it was freaky. It's so weird when you can.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's weird when you say, yeah, me and my band were almost cannibalized. People are like, psh, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, okay, why is it that I can put 6 people on stream right now that can say exactly what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. But I went to Memphis once to go to Graceland because that's just what you do. Like,
Heartbreak Hotel's right across from it.
and like we were going to stay the weekend, but once we were done at Graceland, we were like, okay, let's just go home because we didn't want to stay in Memphis anymore.
Well, there's not a whole lot in Memphis aside from like Beale Street and Graceland that is actually like, you know, if you live there,
Yeah.
you live there, and you got your local neighborhoods and stuff. But
And people tried to tell me, because it had just flooded, like a storm had blown through, and you know, it wasn't flooded when we were there, but I was like, nope, that doesn't explain it. Sorry. Even in the good area, we were supposedly in the good area, which I just booked the cheapest hotel I could find, but surprisingly it was in the good area, and it looked like a shithole. Like,
Will the fire not
no
light?
offense,
No, my lord.
you got to get better
The wood is
officials,
too wet.
or like
And my hands
that would have.
too cold.
No,
me try.
I'm not going back there.
Arkansas is pretty much like the one state that if I don't have to go there again,
You'll be better off
I'm
somewhere
good.
warmer.
As
Arkansas.
you will.
Let me tell you about like
For now, Share the fire.
there was a guy who ran for governor.
Listen to the tale of
Was it
this
governor?
mountain.
I think
Long
no,
ago,
it might have been Mississippi.
fire fell
One of
from
those
the sky.
states. There was a black guy who
landed
ran
atop
for
the
governor or
jungle.
mayor of a big
A
city,
lone warrior
and he lost.
braved
And
the
people,
dangerous
he had
path.
he had like
Found a giant
year,
rock
5-year,
covered
10-year
in
plans of
flames.
like bringing back economic prosperity back to like these towns,
touched his
and he
sword to
lost.
the
And when
fire.
people asked why
Flames engulfed the steel.
why they didn't
But
vote
left
for him,
him
why do you think they didn't vote for him?
He created a new fighting style.
well,
Because he was a
The way of the
hard
flame.
R.
I'm gonna say,
The
well,
warrior took pieces
let
of
me
the
tell
rock
ya,
west with him
I have a
to
guess.
China.
They'd rather be poor
There he sought
than
answers
have
about
a
its
black
origin from learned monks
elected
and
official.
scholars.
yeah,
like. I'm just like, are you
Months of travel
stupid?
and research.
Like,
yes.
Fire
Serious?
fell from
Like-
the sky once more. He
I'm
led
just
the
like,
people to it
oh,
and showed
speaking
them
about
there was
people
nothing
getting,
to fear.
I don't know why this triggered. Atlanta has its first municipal grocery store.
And he shared its
Apparently
secrets
it's a huge
with all
success.
who wish to learn.
So
So-
socialism has hit Atlanta.
Isn't so the
Handed
plan that
down through
Mandani has
generations.
is
The way of the
being
flame
It's not a
has
new.
returned
It's not new. Like his ideas, none of them are new ideas.
against our
they're,
people.
like,
they're just
other
buried
cities-
ideas.
But rumor says the
Like
fire
other
still
cities
burns
have
atop
incorporated, maybe not all of them all at
For any
once,
who can survive
but
the climb.
like Boston has free bus transportation. Nebraska of all places
you wish
has
to know if the tale is
those
true?
municipal stores to
make a
price
climb?
control
Not I,
food.
my lord.
And
I told
it
the
was a
story
really
to
nice
one
grocery
not
store.
long
That
ago.
the one that's in Atlanta, it kind of looks like a whole
Though I
setup.
fear the
Like it's
cold
really
will
nice,
take him.
and the prices look really
I'll find
reasonable
one
too.
secret the mountain hides.
So, but yeah, like none of Mom Donnie's ideas are radical or new. Like It's just they haven't been brought to one city potentially all at once. So like, you know, I don't know why people get all upset about like his radical social. I mean, none of them are new. He just wants to bring he just wants to bring them to New York.
Just the idea that you can do anything to make things better for broke people, for some reason, instantly makes Republicans fucking freak out and instantly, you know, call it socialism, but they have no problems sending checks to Argentina or farmers who voted to cut their legs out from underneath them because they didn't pay attention to what happened in the first time.
Yeah, and you know, the more people freak out about him, the more I like obviously, you know, I don't really pay attention to New York City politics as much as you think I might.
So cold.
Just because even if I'm following back home, I never had any stake in New York City because I lived on Long Island, so it's a separate entity. But like, you know, I started paying attention a little bit towards the end of the race, and like the more people freak out about him, the more I was like, yep, he's my dude. Like, I'd vote for him. I don't know if anything he says is practical. I don't really care. I like him. Like, you know, like it's pure vibes that I'm going off of. It's not an intelligent decision, but
I mean, if it's good enough for them to do it for Trump, then fuck it.
And I have to wonder if that's what it feels like to be a Trump supporter, because a lot of people said the same thing about Trump. The more people freaked out about Trump, the more they liked him. And
Soon.
I was just like, because, you know, when I started like really boiling down what he supports, I'm like, but none of these ideas are all that radical. Like what are people so afraid of? And I'm like, him over Chris Cuomo, or not Chris Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo? Like, we're seriously gonna back Andrew Cuomo for mayor? Like, why does New York City always have to be like the cesspool of where failed politicians go to reboot their career? Like, it just boggles my mind. Like, the biggest city in the world, and they always want to like put somebody as mayor who really shouldn't be mayor. I really had high hopes for Eric Adams, but I guess
I really did have high hopes for Eric Adams too.
He seems legit.
We saw how he capitulated because he had dirt on him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And like, people don't realize that, like, when it comes to Andrew Cuomo against Eric Adams, I don't think people are going to vote for Andrew Cuomo. He's kind of like he's trying to write off of his father's name, which people to this day revere Mario Cuomo, but like he wasn't.
But Andrew's got his own baggage he has to deal with.
Yeah, so like it's I mean, he might. I guess name recognition matters, but Mamdani ran a smooth campaign. Like, I started watching his videos, and I'm just like, yeah, I want $8 falafel. Heck yeah. Even though I haven't bought falafel off of a streetcar in like years, but like he like gets to like the everyday issues of people, and falafel is now $12-15 for a plate, and people miss it when it was $8, and so he's like talking about making falafel $8 again, and that resonates with people. You know,
he's one of the few
whereas
people
Cuomo,
that talks about people's pockets.
Yeah, like in our pockets, not like the billionaire pockets.
Yeah,
like he puts tangible, like he makes it like a practical action of what he'll do. So, and Andrew Cuomo, like he's made himself into the elitist asshole that he is. Like, Mamdani made all the rounds on all the podcasts. Like, Cuomo didn't go on anybody's podcast. So You know, he
Well,
just seems like an asshole.
He just has that entitled thing about him. Like, you can tell that he's always come from money. Not in Mondani. I'm talking about Cuomo. You know, you can just tell certain people that have never struggled.
Yeah, and he's a creep. Like,
Total creep.
And, you know, I don't know. There's, for me at least, like, I love a good redemption story. I love a good underdog story. But Andrew Cuomo is not my redemption story, because when it comes to sexual abuse and harassment, I'm sorry, I can't redeem you for that. That means you're a creep.
Yeah, you're gross.
If you if you embezzled a few thousand million from a fund, all right, I can forgive that. I can forgive a lot. But like creeps, I'm sorry, I can't forgive that.
Yeah, like if you're gonna pull a Santos, then.
Or like if he had an affair, if he cheated on his wife, I might be able to forgive that. But when you're sexually harassing your interns and coworkers, like, I can't forgive that.
Apparently, Sinclair will be running Kimmel.
Yeah, because a lot of advertisers pulled from the cities that wouldn't air. And there were a lot of, like DC, Seattle, Portland. They are all Sinclair Broadcasting, event ABC. And a lot of advertisers pulled from and also Disney. This is why I don't understand why Disney tried to pull Kimmel off the air to begin with, because Disney is like, they shit lawyers like glitter. Like, I don't know why they really were capitulating to Trump on this. Like, so I bet you Disney said to Sinclair, air our shit or go fuck yourself. And Sinclair was like, you've got more money in lawyers. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much probably about it, because I mean, that most, everybody watched Kimmel and stuff from YouTube, and that YouTube video of that monologue, it's still raking in. Like, it's at like 20 million now or something.
So cold.
And you know what I found interesting? All of New York State is Sinclair Media, except for New York City and Long Island, which I don't know who's the broadcasting entity behind that. But like, I'm looking at the map of Sinclair Broadcasting, and like all of New York is covered except the little tail, and I'm just like, oh, land doesn't vote.
They want me to find fires, but there are not fires around. I keep freezing to death. Shareholders have started an inquiry. Oh, that's something else.
Oh, what did I see? And I totally was in total agreement with, on like TikTok, I saw this video and I'm like, you know what? I have to stand in solidarity with this message. So like, Disney adults. Now, I used to love me some Disney, but I was never a Disney adult, okay? But
right.
The fanatic Disney adults like that, go every year and had their wedding there.
See a lady that canceled her $150,000 wedding she was going to have at Disney?
Yo, like, you know what I have to say to the Disney adults?
Much more cold.
Well done. I will never make fun of you again, because when the situation needed you to rise up, you rose up, and I will. I mean, people canceled. I mean, there were like little peons like me who canceled our Hulu, whatever. But there were some Disney adults that canceled cruises, trips. They lost deposits. Like that woman who canceled her wedding, she may not have lost all of that $150,000, but she put some serious deposits down for that wedding, and that she lost, that are non-refundable. So that, like, I appreciate. Apparently, for every dollar that Disney loses stock value is like $1 billion. Like it's so that like they're never going to publish how much money they lost from that move, but some sources say it was like 3.5 billion, taking Kimmel off the air.
I mean, it was the Streisand effect too, because there was so many people that they didn't give a fuck about Kimmel, and like it was another late night host that,
Yeah.
just another late night host. There's people that are America's sweethearts, people like Colbert. But Kimmel was just Kimmel. He'd speak truth to power. I liked that.
Well, with Colbert, they were a little smarter about how they got rid of Colbert. But they were dumb about getting rid of Kimmel.
Well, being able to, the FCC saying what he said did not do them any favors.
Need warmth.
Yeah, it was, and that's really the issue I have. Like, and I made a TikTok about, canceling my subscription, and MAGA went like fucking nuts. Like, oh, were you this upset when the ABC fired Tim Allen and Roseanne Barr? No, I wasn't, because ABC did not want them associated with their brand. They got fired like millions of Americans get fired every fucking day. That's fine. If ABC said, you know what, we don't want you associated with our brand, fine. I don't like it, but that's they're a publicly traded company. They can do what they want. The problem I had was the FCC chair telling Disney and ABC to get rid of Kimmel, and then they did. Mm-hmm. If the FCC chair told Fox News to get rid of, as much as I hate Fox News, I don't want that either. So, like, that's what these fuckwads don't understand.
Need warmth.
If they had fired Kimmel because they just didn't want him associated with their brand, fine. It was the FCC's part that got me all bent. Like Redstone fired Colbert, and I don't like it. We know it was politically motivated, but we can't prove it. So, but it's they're allowed to do that. They're a company who can do what they want. But when it comes from the government,
that's
the problem.
Them tipping their hand, showing that they want state-run media.
Yeah, and that's where we're headed, because, like, if the government can say fire them and then the company says okay, then what's the point?
Need a fire.
There's no point. And the left needs some billionaires to buy social media companies when they go on sale, because, like, now the right owns X, they own TikTok, they own Facebook, they own Threads, they own Instagram, like...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they know that the left wants to tax them and the right do not. So therefore, they're always going to fund the right.
Yeah, they're taking over. They got education. Now they're getting communication. And the left is just like, okay. Like, you can't tell me that Mark Cuban couldn't have bought TikTok, like, and made it super profitable. Come on, Mark, step up.
Mark Cuban might be the lefty billionaire, but he's still a billionaire.
Yeah, but you gotta take what you can get.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Like, that's the reality of it. Like, I would love to be able to shop locally and small business, but my reality where I live is that that's not possible. Mm-hmm. So I gotta do the best I can with what I have at my disposal. So of all the asshole billionaire corporations, I pick one asshole and we stick to that one asshole. And that asshole might change, but right now, the least assholic of all the billionaire assholes
is Mark Cuban.
So, well, I'm talking about, like, shopping, but, like, Mark Cuban, yeah. I wouldn't say he's an asshole billionaire. He's a billionaire.
Death.
I don't know him well enough to, like, really comment on how on the asshole spectrum. He's got to be a little bit of an asshole to be a billionaire, but, Like, if billionaires are going to run the world, we got to get some billionaires on our side.
Agreed.
You know, because that's just the reality we live in. And until we change it, like, you got to play in the system you're given. So, you know, I wish more people on the left would realize, like, we have to operate in reality, not what wish was.
That's a big thing that is a problem, is the whole, you can call them litmus tests, you can call them purity tests, but the whole, like, we're not going to back this person unless they meet every single one of our demands, every single way that we want it. And
yeah, it's annoying.
Otherwise, I'm not voting.
Because it's a job application.
Yeah.
Like, think of it like, you're not going to find the perfect candidate for any job.
Dude,
you're supposed to look at...
The right had no problem making fucking excuses. No problem. That's our problem.
And so, like, if your issue was Israel Gaza and, like, I don't want to vote for Kamala because she's not pro-Gaza enough, well, how do you feel about that now? Like, how do you feel about that now?
Can't take much more cold.
You know, the zero-sum game is so stupid because now,
oh,
like,
my computer's fucking up.
It's 10 times worse. Everything is made 10 times worse, all because of an issue that you say is important to you. So you stay out of shit because, like, you know, they're not enough. Like, you have to operate in the reality where, and right now, you can't, like, Jeff Duncan is the liberals' best hope right now.
Agreed.
That's not the reality I wish I was in, but that's the reality I'm in. And we got to stop putting people up as Democratic candidates that won't win. I'm sorry, just some of the candidates they were floating, I'm just like, they're not going to win in Georgia. Stop it. Like, and I wish it was different. But you know, like, Trump has done so much damage that we have to operate in a way to combat him. And unfortunately, that means you have to be strategic on the candidates. And yeah, you're not going to like every little thing they stand for. But right now, we just got to get MAGA out of government. Otherwise, we're fucked. And well, I'm sorry, not sorry.
The purity tests of, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The purity tests of the people that ended up voting for Jill Stein is really what fucked us.
I don't think it was what fucked us, but it was definitely. I don't think it was the linchpin. I think it was definitely a contributing fact. Definitely, because
this is like, a very difficult stage.
Do I think we need third-party candidates? I don't know, but I do know that you're not going to get a third-party candidate elected president unless you start from the grassroots. And right now, there's no grassroots movement for a third-party candidate. There just isn't. So stop, like, having a pipe dream that we're going to have all these, like, third-party candidates. Like, it doesn't just spring up. Ask any political strategist on why third-party presidential candidates don't win. And they'll tell you it's because there's no ground roots. Like, you have to start at the local levels and then build it up. You know, like the Tea Party.
I mean, I hate to say it, but there's a leftist Tea Party that's starting to happen now. Because we are absolutely tired of people like Pelosi, Schumer, who...
But, like, you and I are in this weird leftist Tea Party because where we recognize the reality we're living in, but we also recognize Schumer and Pelosi need to go. Mm-hmm. But, like, we also can't have purity tests, you know, because both extremes are, like, I don't know what we call our movement. If it, like, but it's just like, and, you know, I don't want to ever tell somebody they're too old for something, but I'm sorry, if you have stage 4 cancer, you shouldn't be running for Congress because your constituents need you.
Yeah.
They need you.
Can't take much more cold.
And if you're going to be undergoing cancer treatment for cancer that is likely going to kill you in 6 months, come on, man. Like, what's wrong with you?
I'm running around trying
Jerry
to find
Connolly
campfires
still-
on a fucking map. Yeah, Jerry Connolly
Still kills-
really
I'm
boned us.
still sour about him.
He
God
was-
rest his soul, but
Yeah.
like, come on.
He was great in committee, but not enough to where I forgive him for
Go
that.
take care of yourself. Like, and Nancy Pelosi, come on. Like, you're 84. You had a good run. Like, you're so out of touch. Like, I used to love Nancy Pelosi. She's by far one of the most effective speakers of the House in history. But now she's pissing me off. And it seems like Hakeem Jeffries is just her puppet.
Hakeem Jeffries is kind of useless. He's like those strongly worded letters.
Can't take much more cold.
I can't either.
Come on. Where is a fire around here? Oh, come on. Is that a fire?
Campfire.
Faster.
Finally.
Faster.
You're gonna die, dude. Oh no.
Ah, there we go. Warm up.
Can't make it. Come, rest by the fire, my lord.
I don't know about resting, but right now I got work to do.
Thank you.
Basically, I have to ascend this mountain that's freezing cold, and the only things that keeps me alive from time to time
It's an unforgiving mountain.
is finding small campfires.
Answers. Power.
And you can't make your own campfire?
Flaming
Like, you have
sword
to
would be
just
useful
find
in a
them?
place like this.
So it would.
I'm
At
sure.
Well,
the
that's
top,
lame.
At the top of this mountain, I'll get a flaming sword. So that's why I'm still dealing with this quest. Because if there's one thing I think that would probably be extremely handy against the Mongol hordes, it'd be a flaming sword.
So cold. Need warmth. Soon.
See, I would fall. Like, I wouldn't be coordinated enough to make that.
Need a fire soon.
I sometimes just know that you gotta just go. Oh God, where am I supposed to go from here?
Oh no!
Oh God, I have no idea.
And this is where my anxiety would get. That's where my anxiety would get induced. And
I played a lot of games where, you know, you got to do like the whole like jump and swing and climb and things like that. But when you have to jump and swing and climb and do things like that while also not trying to freeze to death, it's a whole different monkey. Burn.
burn.
Oh my God. It's going to be like yesterday. You get to watch me just fail over and over and over.
Oh no, I'm not gonna judge you because like I wouldn't do do better at all. Not a chance. Like I'd be out of lives and
Warm up.
Shit.
oh,
Because you have to
I'm
be.
probably distracting you.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just a video game. People come to ViperTV Live to be entertained. And if they were entertained by my failure, then I'd done my job.
Fair enough. Ooh,
Need to warm up.
hi
Can't
Daisy.
take much more cold.
All right, we heard you, dude. You're cold.
Come on, fire somewhere soon. Please.
All right, I have to get going because I gotta go pick up my daughter. So
Alrighty.
it has been fun chatting.
Absolutely. The pleasure is mine.
Thanks for playing. on my day off.
Thanks for hanging out. It was great talking to
Yep.
you.
I'll be back soon. So bye everyone. I'll see you later. All right.
Take care, Mighty Librarian.
All right. Bye.
Alrighty, gang. Now you just get to watch me fail.
So cold.
I have to keep boogieing, basically. Like, you gotta...
Need warmth. Soon.
And you can't rush it either. They made a very specific thing that you have to do to get past this point.
So cold. Need warmth. Soon. Need a fire soon.
Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there?
Get colder. Need warmth. Soon.
God damn it.
So cold. Need to warm up. Can't take much more cold. Another campfire.
Did he just say another campfire? Did he see? Is there one? And I'm just not seeing it? You just said I need another campfire.
So cold. Need to warm up.
Fuck!
Colder. Need to warm up. So cold. Need warmth. Soon. Need a fire soon. So cold. Need to warm up. Can't take much more cold. Another campfire. That campfire is my only hope. Please, light. Oh, never been so cold.
All right. Man. That was a rough one. Hopefully this next challenge doesn't suck as hard. Go.
So cold. Need to warm up. Can't take much more cold.
Fucking bear.
That campfire is my only hope. Someone built a dojo here.
Welcome, my lord. Call me Betomaru.
I did it. Yes.
Jin Sakai. I wasn't expecting to find anyone up here.
I wondered
Shit,
if
yeah.
any would make the climb. You seek the way of the flame.
I do.
Invaders from the west with flaming swords threatened Tsushima.
They brought back the gift offered to them by my ancestor.
Teach me, Betomaru. A samurai will show the Mongols the true power of your way.
Take a piece of the rock, and we will face each other in combat. Only then will you learn the way of the flame.
Investigate the dojo. Man, that was a pain. There's a couple of parts in this game so far that when they were making it, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna piss someone off."
Now to duel Betomaru and learn his technique.
Here we go. The Undying Flame. Here we go. Great.
The way of the flame is unforgiving. Now, strike your sword against your piece of the rock. Once more, the way of the flame guide you.
Oh shit.
Our fight ends here, my lord.
Good. The way of the flame is not meant for friendly rivals. I will wield it well against the enemies of Tsushima.
You have learned the way of the flame. Never forget it is a gift that fell from the heavens, Lord Sakai.
While holding R2. Okay, so that takes a resolve. Okay. So do I have to get oil in order to be able to use that? That's a fun little trick.
Is there something else, Lord Sakai?
Perhaps. Such as, how do I
This
make that
place isn't
happen?
what I expected.
My ancestors trained in the way of the flame here, free of worldly distractions.
What of yourself?
I live to share my teaching with those who deserve it. Another may come who needs the way of the flame.
It's not much, but it's honest work. Go ahead and give a save there so that we never have to do that again, because it was dreadful. Well, thank you everybody joining me today on ViperTV Live. We had a couple technical difficulties, but we made it through it. I promise we were going to be okay. A couple little bouts of failure, but we got through that too. As the storyline progresses, I keep getting more and more intrigued by it. But until then, later skaters.
Shit.